Today we are on page 4 of our chapter 3 notes packet, adding and subtracting radicals. We simplify radicals. Now we'll go and perform operations on radicals, adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. And we'll be looking at adding and subtracting and multiplying today. Alright, to add or subtract radicals, the radicals must be like. You combine the coefficients and carry along the radical. So in number 1, 3 square root of 2 plus 5 square root of 2. The radicals are like, so we just add the coefficients. 3 plus 5 is 8, and carry along the square root of 2. So 8 square root of 2. Number 2, 7 square root of 3 minus 5 square root of 3, 2 square root of 3. Number 3, square root of 50 plus a square root of 2. They're not like radicals, so we simplify square root of 50. We're thinking 25 times 2. And the square root of 25 is 5. So 5 square root of 2 plus the square root of 2. 5 plus 1 is 6, so 6 square root of 2. Number 4. Simplify the square root of 12. 4 times 3. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 comes out. Square root of 3 remains, and the 3 out in front, that was 3 times the square root of 12. So now we have 3 times 2, which is 6. So 6 square root of 3 minus the square root of 4, that's perfect, is 2. So we have 6 square root of 3 minus 2 plus 5 square root of 3. Combining like radicals, 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 square root of 3 minus 2. Number 5. Let's simplify the square root of 8. 4 times 2, square root of 4 is 2, so 2 comes out. I'm doing this in one step. 2 comes out, I multiply by 3, and I get 6. So 6 square root of 2, subtract 1 square root of 2 is 5 square root of 2. Number 6, simplify the square root of 8. 4 times 2. The square root of 4 is 2. 2 is coming out. You multiply by 5, so that's 10 square root of 2. Simplify the square root of 18. 9 times 2. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 comes out. You multiply by the negative 3 there. That's negative 9 square root of 2 plus the square root of 3 doesn't simplify. And our like terms, 10 square root of 2 minus 9 square root of 2 is 1 square root of 2. Plus the square root of 3. Number 7, we have cube root. Cube root of 54. Let's break that down into 27 times 2. So 27 times 2 is 54. Cube root of 27 is 3. So we have 3 cube root of 2. And 128, the cube root of 128, break 128 down into 64 times 2. And the cube root of 64 is 4. Okay, so we have 3 cube root of 2 plus 4 cube root of 2. These are like radicals. So now that's 7 cube root of 2. Number 8. A little different. Solve. 4x minus the square root of 8 equals the square root of 72. Let's add square root of 8 to both sides. See what happens there. So 4x equals square root of 72 plus the square root of 8. Let's see. Well, in order to combine them, we have to have like terms here. So let's break down 72 into 36 times 2. And square root of 8, let me finish this, sorry, 6 square root of 2, and 8, 4 times 2, 2 square root of 2, so we have 4x is equal to 8 square root of 2. Guess we should divide by 4. So x equals 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 square root of 2. Now, in the column here, we're going to do a few more problems, starting with number 11. Right? Let's simplify square root of 24, xy squared. Let's see, 24, I'm thinking 4 times 6, then times x times y squared. Circling my perfect squares. Out come their square roots. That's 2y square root of 6x. For 54, 9 times 6 times x times y squared. Take their square root of 9y squared, that's 3y. Square root of 6x. Combining 3y plus 2y, that's 5y, square root of 6x. Next, number 13, okay, so number 13. Square root of 98c to the 5th. Let's break down 98. That's 49 times 2 is 98. And c to the 5th we'll write as c to the 4th times c. Circle the perfect squares. Out come their square roots. So 7c squared, square root of 2c remains. And 18c to the 5th. 18 we'll write as 9 times 2. And then c to the 5th, c to the 4th times c. Circle our perfect squares. Out come their square roots. 3c squared, square root of 2c. And combining, these are like radicals now. So our answer is 4c squared, square root of 2c. Next, number 23. With number 23, all right, 2 square root of 3y, that doesn't simplify. Does it simplify? Okay, the only thing that simplifies here is the end. That's going to be 6y squared. And now let's combine like terms. Negative 5y squared and 6y squared is 1y squared. 2 square root of 3 plus 4 square root of 3, 6 square root of, 3y. 6 square root of 3y. And number 37. Simplifying, square root of 50x to the 3rd, that would be 25 times 2 is 50, and then x squared times x is x to the 3rd. So 25 and x squared are perfect squares. Out come their square roots, 5x, and then the square root of 2x stays. And square root of 200x to the 3rd, 100 times 2 is 200, times x squared times x is x to the 3rd. Take out their square roots, 10x square root of 2x. And combining 5x plus 10x is 15x. Carry along the radical. 15x square root of 2x. Okay. So in order to add or subtract, your radicals must be like. Now with multiplying and dividing, you multiply, divide the coefficients, multiply, divide the radicals, and then simplify the result. So with adding and subtracting, you simplify first, and then combine like radicals. With multiplying and dividing, we simply multiply and or divide, and then simplify. So the square root of 20 times, the square root of 2 times the square root of 10 is the square root of 20. And now we simplify, 4 times 5. And the square root of 4 is 2. So that equals 2 square root of 5. 3 square root of 2 times 5 square root of 6. 3 times 5 is 15. Square root of 2 times square root of 6 is square root of 12. 4 times 3 is 12. Square root of 4 is 2. So 2 times 15 is 30. So 30 square root of 3. Square root of 80 divided by the square root of 5. Let's see, I believe that's square root of 16. And that's a perfect square, so that equals 4. (48) square root of 8 divided by 2 square root of 2. 48 divided by 2 is 24. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2, so 24 times 2 is 48. Number 5, we got some cube roots. Cube root of 12 times the cube root of 18. Oh, let's take out the calculator. 12 times 18. It's 216. So this would be the cube root of 216. And what is the cube root of 216? 6. Now, the next 6 problems, we're multiplying. For the first one, we have this 2 square root of 6 times this binomial. All right, well, so we simply distribute 2 square root of 6 times 5 square root of 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Square root of 6 times square root of 2 is square root of 12. 2 square root of 6 times square root of 15. That's going to be negative 2. 6 times 15, 90. Now simplify. Square root of 12, that's 4 times 3. Square root of 4 is 2. Out comes 2. Times it by the 10, get 20. Square root of 3. Square root of 90, you're thinking 9 times 10. Square root of 9 is 3. Out comes 3 times the 2. That's going to be minus 6. Square root of 10. And these are not like radicals, so that is our answer. Number 2. 3 plus the square root of 2 squared. Now remember, this means 3 plus the square root of 2 times 3 plus the square root of 2. So we need to FOIL. First term, 3 times 3 is 9. Outside, 3 times the square root of 2 is 3 square root of 2. Inside, square root of 2 times 3 is 3 square root of 2. And last, square root of 2 times square root of 2 is the square root of 4, which is 2, right? When you multiply a square root by itself, it's like removing the square root symbol. So the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 will equal 2. Combining like terms, 9 plus 2 is 11. 3 square root of 2 plus 3 square root of 2 is 6 square root of 2. Number 3, another foiling. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times the square root of 6 is 2 square root of 6. 5 times the square root of 6 is 5 square root of 6. Square root of 6 times square root of 6 is 6. Combine like terms, 16 plus 7 square root of 6. Number 4. Again, foiling the two binomials here. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times negative square root of 7 is negative 3 square root of 7. Positive square root of 7 times 3 is positive 3 square root of 7. Square root of 7 times negative square root of 7 is negative square root of 49, which is simply negative 7. Combining 9 subtract 7 is 2. And negative 3 square root of 7 and positive 3 square root of 7 is 0. So this result is a rational number. Number 5. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times negative square root of 3 is negative 2 square root of 3. Square root of 12 times 1 is the square root of 12. And square root of 12 times negative square root of 3 is negative square root of 36. That's perfect. And square root of 12 needs to be simplified into 2 square root of 3. So I have 2 minus 2 square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 3 minus 6. These combine to be 0, and 2 subtract 6 is negative 4. And our last one, number 6. You should try that, pause the video, and then start it up again, see if you came up with the same. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times negative square root of 2 is negative 5 square root of 2. Square root of 8 times 1 is square root of 8. And square root of 8 times negative square root of 2 is negative square root of 16. Simplifying the square root of 8, 4 times 2. So that's 2 square root of 2 minus 4. 5 minus 5 square root of 2 plus 2 square root of 2 minus 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. And negative 5 and positive 2 is negative 3 square root of 2. So 1 minus 3 square root of 2. And this concludes our video for this evening.